guys, welcome back over here. I hope you all are doing great. You all are safe. To connect with me on Instagram and also on the second channel, I have uploaded a video as you all requested for personal vlogs. Go check out the video in the description. The link is there. Go subscribe. My journey with Spicejet started as a fresher, and I will tell you the entire thing. So if the video goes like a little bit longer, I request you go grab some cookies and a cup of tea and please stay tuned. I'm going to be telling you about the training, all the challenges I faced during the training, and also this will give you an idea of what basically happens throughout the training period. So this is just the training period and the life after that. So I gave the interview. If you want to know about how the interview process was, there was a video is already uploaded. Go check it out from the description. So after clearing my interview, I was told to join in Delhi because Spicejet has the head office in Delhi. So I got the ticket and everything is sponsored by the airline, like the ticket and obviously the food. So when you go to Delhi for the first time, then you will be given accommodation by the airline. So for 4 days, we were given the accommodation in a hotel, everything sponsored by the airline. And within those 4 days, we were supposed to find an accommodation. Now in Delhi, there are a lot of PGs, paying guests available. So it was like getting kind of hectic because these 4 days, it's not like, for these 4 days, we just sit, we chill around and we just look for the accommodation. No. So within these 4 days, we were also going to the training center. We finished our induction because on the day one, you're supposed to give all your documents and your clearance. And also I had to pay like 50,000 rupees for the training fees, and it's called a training deposit, which I do not get refunded anyways, but it's okay. I was happy with the job. So day one induction, wherein they just explain to you about the airline, who's the CEO and who are the people in the top management that you need to know about, and disciplinary policies, basically just policies about the airline in the first day. Second day was the grooming, because obviously if we are supposed to go for our training, we are supposed to be groomed in a specific way. So these guys had already sent us an email with the description of what we're supposed to wear during the training, but we still got the grooming session on the second day where they give you more details about how to apply makeup. And grooming is not just about makeup, it is all about how you do your hair, shoes, belt, bag, nails, skincare, a healthy lifestyle, everything. And if you some of you girls had a question, or even boys, if you had a question of how to groom yourself, if you do not know basically how to do makeup, don't worry about it. They teach you everything. So day two was done, and after that it was the most difficult part, where the training starts for a cabin crew. Basically, people think that, okay, it's just about putting makeup and it's a glamorous lifestyle, but no, it's not like that, because you are supposed to study these big manuals. So it started off with first aid. Our first aid was for 7 days, wherein they teach you everything about basic first aid. You will be taught how to deliver a baby, and if someone is having a heart attack or a cardiac arrest, then what type of medicines you're supposed to give. Basically an emergency, and it's like kind of a life-saving situation. And there were so many things which I never knew about. I mean, the parts of my body, or so many medicines which I never knew about earlier. I learned about all those things in the first aid session, which lasted for 7 days. After that, we had an examination. So if you guys want to know what happens if you do not clear the examination, guys, please listen to this very carefully. So the passing marks was 80 out of 100, and the paper is difficult. Do not ask me if it is easy or not. Nothing comes in life easy, okay? So 80, if you get less than 80, you just get one more attempt to clear the examination. If you fail in the second attempt, then you are sent back from the training. They might call you, they may not call you. It has also happened that people who have not cleared the second attempt are being told to go back home, and sometimes they call them back after like 2 or 3 months. But why do you want to do that? Just think that you just have one attempt and you want to clear that off. After first aid, we moved on to the aviation security. Aviation security is basically about the security of the aircraft, or what things you're supposed to know in terms of an aircraft, or whoever is a regulating authority in India for aviation, who is the one for the whole world. And in aviation security, of course, yeah, they taught us about hijack and everything. And also, for those of you guys who keep asking me, like, how do we need to pay for training in this institute or that institute, guys, it is all going to go to waste, because your airline will teach you freaking everything. And every airline will have a different type of training, because they would have different type of aircrafts. Okay, the aviation security training lasted for like around 6 days, and this had an online examination. And for this, the percentage was not 80, it was a bit higher. I think it was like around 90 or something. But don't worry, people clear in it. You have to. So after aviation security, we move on to the next one, which was self-defense training. So if something happens, like for example, if there's a hijacker or an unruly passenger, basically anyone who is creating havoc in the flight, damaging certain things. So how do you need to handle that situation is something which is taught in the self-defense training. So if you have questions like, how are you going to manage fight in a flight, I don't think so the interviewer is going to ask this question to a fresher. Unless you are experienced, you're supposed to know. This self-defense training is not just going to be helpful for flight, even in your personal life. For example, if you're being attacked or molested, I don't want anyone to face that situation ever in life. But if anyone is attacking you, boy or girl, anyone, then how you can save yourself was taught over there. And it lasted for 2 days, and that was very interesting. After that, we moved on to the SEP training, which is called Safety Emergency Procedures. And that's the longest part of the training, which depends on the type of aircraft you are being trained on, and depends on airline to airline. Sometimes it can last for just like 15 days. Certain airlines where they have more aircrafts, where the type of aircraft number or the manufacturer of the aircraft is more. Like for me in Spicejet, it was Boeing. So training lasted for like around 18 days. And after that, of course, we had an examination. Passing marks were 80. So it starts off with basic things in aviation. What is an airport? Literally, they have this definition in the manual. Definition of an airport, aircraft, the types of manufacturer like Boeing, Airbus, ATR, and mechanically or technically what things are there in the aircraft, what you need to do. Once you go in the aircraft, you need to do the safety checks. They teach us how to use a fire extinguisher, oxygen bottle, and you need to know how many seats are there in the aircraft, how many doors are there, how to open the door, how to close the door, and even how to evacuate, which comes in the emergency part of it. So how to evacuate the aircraft in an emergency situation. And also people were asking me about parachute. Guys, there are no parachutes in an aircraft. Parachutes are there only in Air Force aircrafts, not in the commercial ones. Over there, if you are going to crash land, you just pray that you get evacuated safely. But if an aircraft lands in water, then we do have the life jackets on board. So they teach us. And if there is an emergency, obviously you cannot be going via an aero bridge or going via the stairs. So you need to take the slides. So how to deploy the slides, there's a procedure for it, which was being taught. And for this, they took us to drills, which comes in the practical session of it. So they took us to drills. They taught us how to use fire extinguisher, the protective equipment, protective breathing equipment, basically, and oxygen bottle. What else? Yes, and how to evacuate from the slide. So that was a very interesting part. And of course, ditching. So those who ask me, do you need to know swimming? It depends upon airline to airline. I don't think so in India any airline needs you to know swimming. But anyways, if you were to jump in water, they always give you a life jacket. And also, if they really want you to know swimming and that's a criteria for you to join, then they would do a test at the beginning, like before you getting hired. So don't worry about that, no one is going to die over there. After that, we had the examinations. After clearing the safety examinations, we were like, wow, this is the best thing, because that's the most critical part of the training and the most difficult thing. And we get to hear rumors about things from people. Oh my god, this is so difficult, that is so difficult, and we get even more stressed out and more anxious about it. So after that, we had a party, just a personal party in the girls accommodation. After that, we had the service training, which lasted for 1 week, wherein they teach you how to serve passenger, how to serve water, tea, coffee, whatever you are serving. Now, there's a specific way to serve. If I'm serving someone who's sitting at the window or at the aisle, how do you talk? If someone, like in my airline, if someone has not pre-booked the meal, they will have to buy. So, what is the currency? Because Spicejet also flies international, so they can even use dollars or different currency wherever the airline is flying to. So, and yes, of course, what do you need to do if a passenger is irate or angry, everything. And of course, if someone had a question of if you need to clean the toilets on board, yes, you do have to. If you are in the air, you have to clean it. If you're on the ground, the cleaners do it. And lastly, after that, we had our graduation ceremony after clearing the service training, which was very, very easy. And in the graduation ceremony, they just distributed the awards to people who scored the maximum number of marks. I got it for service training in service, and many people also got it for safety and first aid. And we got the certificate, which is called as the flying license, which means that you are certified to be a cabin crew. Party is over? No, guys. After that, you go home. And also, after that, you're supposed to wait for your airport entry pass. So airport entry pass is something which is given to you in 30 days. For some people, they get it in 20 days, 15 days. It depends. So you get a vacation for 15, 20 days when you're back home. And then you get a call from the airline saying that you have your airport entry pass, because that's a mandatory document, mandatory thing for you to enter the airport. After you getting the airport entry pass, they assign a FAM flight to you. It's not that, okay, I have got the entry pass and directly start flying. No, you have a FAM flight, which means getting familiarized with the aircraft as to how to crew the work, because training is a very different thing, and also getting a hands-on experience and experiencing in real time, both of them have huge differences. So in the FAM flight, whoever is the senior crew of the flight will just observe you and ask you just to observe them. And at the end of the flight, they will just ask you basic safety, security related questions. And after that, they just mention that on your flying license that your familiarization is done and then you're cleared to fly. Don't worry, it's nothing difficult. And after that, you start flying. So you get the roster, you get a call from the rostering team. And in the beginning, you would really want to fly. Okay, my God, I want to fly. But believe me, in 2 or 3 months, you would really start hating the call of rostering on your phone screen. You would be like, rostering mat call kar yaar, please, like that. So that's about it, guys. That's the technical part of it. Personal part of it, I would like to say, sorry, I know video is getting a bit longer, but please stay tuned. Personal part I would like to highlight is that when you are away from the family for the first time, you would start missing your family. When you stay in the PG, sometimes people fight, sometimes the roommates fight. So try and stay as close as possible, as friendly as possible. Do not get into fights. I have seen fights where people have started fighting for food or anything that was kept in the fridge, and someone else ate it for that as well. And sometimes if the room is not clean or something. So just try and be calm, because over there everyone misses their family. They start getting anxiety. And what you can also do is, I would say, when you have the time, do not waste time just going outside and exploring the places. Yes, you can do that, but do that after you clear the safety examination. That's what I really want to highlight over here, because most of the time for the airlines in India, the training center is in Delhi. Like for Indigo and Spicejet and Vistara as well, it's in Delhi, except for Go Air is in Mumbai. And what else? For TrueJet, it's in Hyderabad. So you want to explore, do it after you finish the safety examination. And yeah, after that, just enjoy your life. I hope I was able to make you all understand of how the training sessions are. I really cannot explain each and everything in detail, because you will get to know about all of it once you join the airline. After watching this video, if you still have any questions, then guys, please DM me on Instagram and go and watch the video on my second channel and stay connected. Bye bye.